All right, let's go ahead and break down this most recent update from the USDebtClock.org that happened yesterday, October 15th, 2023, between the times of 6 p.m. and 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. First things first, the secret window opens Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you set your alarm. Next, did you ever notice that assets per citizen was at 589? But I digress. Let's go ahead and get back to the message. So I'm going to post this up for a couple seconds here so y'all can read everything. All right, let's go ahead. So this is Andrew Jackson, who is the 7th President of the United States, who served 2 terms between the years of 1829 and 1837. Who was a military leader that fought in the War of 1812 that lasted from 1812 to 1815. His victory in this war helped catapult him to political spotlight, eventually into presidency. While under his presidency, Andrew Jackson has several accomplishments. Some are pros, some are cons. But in this case scenario, we're actually going to just focus on the financial aspect and the economy. Now, one of Andrew Jackson's most notable accomplishments was the abolishment of the Second Central Bank, as he believed that the central banks only favored the wealthy elites and that they had too much power over the nation's financial system. In this expost by Cowboy W2B2, he mentions how Jackson halted the debt in 1834 and reported to Congress that the United States would be debt-free by January 1st, 1835, which became one of the rare times that the United States was debt-free, although for a short period of time. Now, shout out to my homeboy, Mr. Aquaman33, for pointing this out on the live, where if you put Andrew Jackson in on the Gematria calculator, look what pops up. Only those awakened can see. And if you continue to scroll down, it says XRP, XLM, XDC. So there are 13 stars, and these 13 stars should represent the 13 original colonies of the United States. And there are American flag clouds with a lightning bolt. This could represent the storm that is amongst us.
Maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
Is that the storm he's talking about? We'll have to see. But as you can see that it's surrounded around what looks to be 4 angels. Now the next one I want to take a look at is the silver coin over there that looks almost like a fish. Now this image here could represent multiple things which we are actually still trying to figure out. Some in the community have pointed out that it looked like the Isha fish, and others have said that it looked like the lionfish, which to me it could look like both. But what I really want to point out is how that fishtail looked like the XRP symbol. Shout out to NH for that one. If you look at the bright star behind the silver coin, it almost looked like a few of Brad Garlinghouse's most recent tattoo with XRP. You notice that star or a few more other stars on here? Coincidence. That's why I say know what you hold. Then we notice the bald eagle, with the bald eagle and the Liberty Bell both representing independence and freedom. The bald eagle is our nation's bird, and the Liberty Bell, which is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is closely associated with the American Revolutionary War and the United States struggle for independence from British rules. So let's take a look at this gold coin right here. Shout out to Black Sheep for helping me out to figure out what this was. So this is an 1834 classic gold half eagle $5 coin. in which these gold coins were minted between the years of 1834 and 1838. And if you have one, it's valued anywhere from $500 to $75,000. And previously, I mentioned about 1834 Andrew Jackson and how he abolished the second central bank. Well, regarding to gold, and in 1834, the United States government enacted a significant change related to the value of gold in the country's monetary system. Prior to this year, in 1833, the U.S. had a bimetallic system where both gold and silver were used as the basis for coinage. The gold to silver ratio was established by law around 16 to 1, meaning that an ounce of gold was officially valued at 16 times the value of an ounce of silver for coinage purposes. So in 1834, 1 ounce of gold is 16 ounces of silver. Where compared to today's value, where 1 ounce of gold is 87 times the value of 1 ounce of silver. And this would actually lead us into the next part of 1850, because Andrew Jackson passed away on June 8, 1845, from tuberculosis. Now, in between the times of 1834 to 1850, we had a big influx of gold because of the gold rush, which caused a massive shortage for silver, which in this article, it tells you exactly what happens. But I'm going to summarize the article, and if you follow me on X, I'm going to drop it on there for you. Remember, back in 1834, they passed a bill to revalue the gold to silver ratio for coinage. This was to help fix the imbalancing between the two metals. But because of the sudden arrival of the gold rush, it resulted in a huge shortage of silver. Bullion dealers started buying American silver coins for shipment to Europe, where over there was a huge demand for silver coinage. Basically, arbitrage trading pretty much in the colonial days. And because of the silver shortage, American citizens started using cent pieces as substitute for dimes, quarters, and half dollars. And because of this shortage, Congress and the Treasury had to look at alternative options and various solutions. This is where they came up with the 3-cent thrime. The thrime was actually made of less silver content, so it was made of less silver, debasing it, so actually prevented from actually being exported outside of the country. Now, if you made it this far, thank you very much, because that was a lot of information to intake. But I want to thank the community and thank everybody for all your endless support and helping us solve this, what we call mystery puzzle, right? This real life escape room. Because let's be realistic for a minute. We understand that our financial system, our monetary system is being upgraded or switched as we speak right now. And if you're able to comprehend that inflation is not transitory and it is real, and since the creation of the third central bank in 1913, the Federal Reserves, where the Federal Reserve can print money endlessly and not be backed by any type of precious metals. And when we go to a gold and silver commodity backed monetary system, you can see why Tom X showed up. Because the value of gold and silver is quote unquote suppressed because of who controls that system as well. So if we put it on a new digital system that can't be manipulated, that's completely transparent, that's very cheap to transact with, then you can see why things are progressing the way it needs to. If you know, then you know. Let's go!